I'll be surviving the next 100 days as Dr. Doom in hardcore Minecraft. Using the incredible powers of sorcery, I will melt down my enemies, create incredible feats of science, and fly my way to the top while growing into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to stop the Fantastic Four and save my mom's soul from the clutches of Mephisto? It was time to find out as I spawned into the country of Latveria beside my mom. It was day 1 and we were with our people surrounded by Latveria government soldiers. I had already been injured in the fight against them, but my mom stood her ground to defend me.
Stand down. You're all coming with us.
No, to make a better future for my son, we will fight back.
Suddenly, my mom took out 5 dark relics and unleashed their power. Dark magical energy swirled around her as she performed an incredibly powerful spell. A demonic symbol appeared on the ground, and a massive fiendish figure slowly rose up from it. It was the Dark Lord Mephisto.
Go forth, great Mephisto! Defend our people!
Mephisto began to attack everything in sight. I watched in shock and awe as he relentlessly killed any Latverian government soldier that stood in his way using his demonic powers. However, the monstrous demon's bloodlust was unable to be satisfied.
Your souls will do nicely.
He began to turn his attention to innocent Latverian citizens, killing them just as he had with the soldiers.
No, this isn't what was supposed to happen!
Foolish mortal. You summoned something far stronger than you are capable of controlling. Now everything will be mine, including your soul.
Another portal opened beneath my mom's feet, dragging her down into the dark realm. Mom, no! Before I even had a chance to think, the portal vanished. She was gone.
You're next, Victor.
Mephisto turned his sights on me, coming in my direction. I was forced to run for my life. On day 2, I was being chased through Latveria by the Dark Lord Mephisto. He shot at me with fire attacks, trying to slow me down. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, but with my injuries, I had no hope of escaping him. It wasn't long before I was completely surrounded by flames. I was trapped.
Nowhere to run now.
The demon closed in on me, but just as I thought I was done for, I spotted one of my mom's dark relics on the ground. That power, it's calling out to me. I grabbed the relic, causing a massive amount of energy to surge through my body. My arms and legs grew bigger in size, and my armor was reinforced with even stronger metal. My once vulnerable form had now been transformed into something completely new. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. This magic, it feels incredible. I let the darkness consume me as I unleashed my new powers onto Mephisto. Thanks to my new strength, I actually put up a fight, but it wasn't nearly enough to beat him.
That one measly relic won't stop me. You'll need much more power if you ever want to see your mother again.
Mephisto unleashed another powerful attack, so I took to the skies before things got worse. If I can find the other 4 relics, I might be able to perform the ritual again and save my mom. I better get home and find them. I returned to Castle Doom, but to my horror, found the leader of the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, claiming the relics for himself. Hey, those belong to me!
Not anymore. We're confiscating these relics to keep anyone from performing that dangerous ritual again.
Give them back! Determined to get the relics at any cost, I attacked. On day 3, I was fighting with Mr. Fantastic to reclaim what was rightfully mine. I unleashed everything I had onto him, but despite my new powers, the hero was able to withstand all of my attacks. I'll tear your team apart and get those relics at any cost! I flew into the air and came crashing down towards Mr. Fantastic with a powerful dive kick, but he dodged out of the way just in time.
I'm sorry, Victor, but we can't risk darkness like that coming to this world again.
He charged up a massive punch attack and smashed into me, sending me flying backwards through a window. I crashed into the ground outside, and the area around me suddenly started trembling violently. A massive monster from the Dark Realm crawled out from the ground and glared at me.
I am a follower of Mephisto. You'll never escape us.
Just as I was about to run, I caught a glimpse of something interesting run by. There are loads of other awesome secrets hidden throughout the video, so be sure to find them all. Oh yeah. I didn't have time to look any closer. I was forced to retreat from the enemy and took shelter in a nearby laboratory. This won't hold them for long. I have to think of something fast. That was when I spotted various pieces of equipment in the lab. Seeing all of it gave me an idea. I gathered whatever materials I could around me and got to work. I assembled the pieces quickly and provided them with a power source. Thanks to my scientific expertise, I was able to create a horde of Doom bots. Just as I finished, Mephisto's minions broke down the door to the lab. Doombots, go! My new robotic minions charged in, ready to defend me from the demonic being. On days 4 through 7, my Doombots fended off the demonic entity. The beast and my minions fought back and forth in a heated battle. It was raw strength against greater numbers. Despite the entity's power, my Doombots were durable enough to take what he threw at them and began winning the battle. With a final hit, my Doombots defeated the monster, but before I could celebrate, they froze in place. What's going on? Why won't you obey? My bots turned towards me and I realized their eyes were now glowing blue. They had been hacked.
We obey Reed Richards now.
Stealing my robots? You're really starting to get on my nerves, Richards. Swarm turned towards me and attacked, forcing me to fight back against my own creations. They attacked me as one while I honed my powers of sorcery to turn my bots into scrap. Unfortunately for me, I built them to be unstoppable forces and my sorcery was unable to damage their armor plating. I couldn't defeat them. With nowhere else to turn, I took to the skies and found cover elsewhere. Mark my words, Mr. Fantastic. I'll show you who is the superior intellect. Suddenly, the bots ambushed me once again. They had found me. I began to fight them off in a last-ditch effort to defeat them. On days 8 through 10, I released a massive magic attack, annihilating all of the Doombots in a single blow. Nothing was left but rubble. What a waste of perfectly good tech. I exited the crater. But once I did, I found that the explosion attracted the attention of Latveria officers, causing them to fly in on a helicopter and hover above me.
As the son of the witch who brought about this tragedy, you're under arrest.
Are you sure about that? I flew into the air quickly and unleashed my powers, the helicopter narrowly avoiding my blast. Unfortunately for me, they still had one more trick up their sleeve.
We need backup. Bring in the thing.
Just then, a massive man with a body made of solid rock crashed down onto me from above, taking us both back down to the ground.
It's clobbering time.
He charged at me and began to throw incredibly powerful punches. I continued my attacks, blasting the man with everything I had, but his rocky skin made him 100 times more resilient than any of the officers I had fought.
Give up. I don't like picking on little guys.
The thing hit me with a hard uppercut, launching me high into the sky.
Oops, too hard.
I smashed into the helicopter above us, causing us to fall into another part of Latveria. On days 11 through 14, I emerged from the wreckage of the helicopter and discovered that one of the dark relics had been aboard. It had fallen just a few meters away from me. Now's my chance. I tried to go towards the relic, but the officer aboard the helicopter had survived the crash.
Stop right there.
He unloaded a barrage of bullets, but I created a force field with my sorcery abilities. The bullets hit it instead of me. They were unable to break through. You'll pay for threatening me! I approached the soldier, but without warning, the thing dropped down in front of me.
Not so fast.
The soldier ran off as the thing attacked me once again. His massive punch knocked me away from the relic and the thing closed in on me. I was cornered.
We've got you now, Doom. The rest of the Fantastic Four will be here soon. Surrender. If you come quietly, we can work something out.
I don't think so. I used my powers to infiltrate the thing's mind, filling his head with dark thoughts. On days 15 through 17, the thing awoke in a nightmare of my own creation. I know what you want most, Ben Grimm. You want to turn back into a human, and I can help you.
You can? But Reed said he couldn't.
Reed is a liar. He could have changed you back if he wanted to.
But he's my best friend. Why would he?
Because you're more useful to him this way. He doesn't care about you, but I do. And if you help me, I can change you back. As the thing awoke from the nightmare I put him in, Mr. Fantastic arrived to apprehend me. But when he did, the thing turned on him, forcing him back with his strength.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna become human again.
The thing used his power to create a dome of rock around Mr. Fantastic.
Ben, don't listen to him.
All right, I helped you. Now change me back.
Oh, about that. I lied. Thanks for the help, though.
Why, you little...
Filled with rage, the Rocky hero charged towards me. I ran from him and over to the dark relic. I tried to take control of the relic, but energy shot out of it and pierced into the thing's impenetrable skin. His orange body shifted to purple as dark energy corrupted him. I had no time to pick up the relic as he came for me stronger than ever. On days 18 through 21, I was fighting off the corrupted thing. In his new form, he was able to use dark breath attacks, each of them burning into my body with dark energy. Each one left me staggered. I did my best to fight back with my sorcery beams, but the attacks barely made a dent in his rock-hard hide. Thanks to the Dark Relic's curse, I no longer stood a chance. The Dark Relics are less predictable than I thought, but I need it if I want to win this. I ran towards the relic, but the thing hit me in the back and launched me forward, leaving me stunned. However, he had also knocked me closer to the relic. I took my chance to go in for it. I was able to grab it, causing my form to once again change. I grew even more massive in size and gained new muscles to match my new strength. My green cloak shifted into a brilliant white, and my magical ability amplified tenfold. I now had 5 more hearts and awesome new powers. I turned to the thing with my empowered sorcery beams and began to chip away at the corrupted hero. I was finally able to land some hits that did some actual damage. We traded blows in an epic battle. He remained as strong as ever, but I was determined to come out on top. I flew up into the air and came down with a foot dive, hitting the thing hard enough to force the relic's corruption out of him, reverting him back to his normal orange form. So long, you brute! I approached the thing, ready to deal a finishing blow to him.
Flame on!
Before I could kill him, a wall of fire formed in front of the thing, the flames forcing me to back up. I looked up and saw the Human Torch flying in to assist his ally.
Get away from my friends!
He swooped down towards me, his blazing body crashing into me with all of his might and knocking me back. I knew I had yet another fight on my hands. On days 22 through 25, I clashed with the Human Torch in battle. He flew around me as we fought, and I immediately recognized that he had an aerial advantage. I began to fly in order to fight him on a more even playing field. He released blasts of flames, trying to melt me down to scrap. I countered with my beam attacks, keeping him at bay.
I think I preferred your old look, Doom. Gold is more my color.
Just then, things went from bad to worse as one of Mephisto's men arrived.
These flames! I feel my power rising!
He absorbed the surrounding flames and mutated into a stronger form. He then came after me. I thought I was safe in the air, but he was able to jump up high enough to knock me right back down to the ground. I landed hard, but was not down for the count yet. I fought him off with all the abilities I had at my disposal, but doing so kept my attention off of the Human Torch. I looked over and saw that he was escaping with the Thing and Mr. Fantastic. Get back here! I tried to go after them, but Mephisto's minion got in my way once more. This time, I was unable to hold them off effectively, and I was quickly overwhelmed. I was forced to run for my life. The minion then mutated again, gaining the ability to fly. He could now pursue me from above. On days 26 through 28, I was trying to escape the empowered Mephisto minion. I took to the skies to try and shake him off, but I couldn't escape now that he was able to fly. I need to pick up more speed. Right then, a flaming skeleton on a motorcycle came zooming towards me through the air. I managed to avoid it, and the motorcycle crashed into Mephisto's minion instead, killing it instantly. The skeleton then turned to face me.
Victor Von Doom, you possess a guilty soul. You will be punished for your wickedness.
Ghost Rider chucked a ball of flame at me that I wasn't fast enough to dodge. I was struck and began to plummet towards a chasm below me. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. I fired a guiding bolt as I fell, managing to damage his motorcycle and sending him falling down the chasm with me. As we fell, I spotted something, but I was falling too fast to see it clearly. We both hit the ground hard, leaving Ghost Rider's motorcycle in pieces.
Now you've made me angry. When I get angry, I start taking my job very seriously. Your soul is mine.
Enraged, Ghost Rider attacked me. On days 29 through 32, I clashed with Ghost Rider and we began to fight. He used his deadly flames to burn my body. I was struggling to get in close. I used my energy attacks, but I couldn't get in close enough to do serious damage to him.
Your soul is stained by the blood of good people. I will send it to Mephisto, where it belongs.
Any instrument of Mephisto is my enemy. He used more fiery attacks to try and bring me down, but I jumped up high to avoid them. I then came down with a foot dive attack, landing a direct hit and doing serious damage to Ghost Rider as I sent him into the shadows. In a flash of fire, he vanished back to the underworld, but he left behind a map. I picked it up and saw that it was titled Fantastic Four Hideout. Maybe I can find some information on Mr. Fantastic here. I better check it out. With Ghost Rider out of the way, I flew to the location marked on the map. The map led me out of Latveria and into a large city, where I found the base of the Fantastic Four. When I arrived inside, I found a machine being operated by the Human Torch. He was holding a dark relic and was about to place it in the machine. You fool! That thing isn't a toy! You can't just destroy it!
Oh yeah? Watch me, metalhead.
The Human Torch tossed in the relic and powered on the device, causing it to begin tearing into the artifact. However, doing so released unstable energy, and some of the energy zapped the Human Torch. He mutated just like the thing had before, getting corrupted by the relic's power. He immediately turned towards me and attacked. On days 33 through 35, I was fighting the corrupted Human Torch. In his new form, he had new corrupted flame powers, and tried to use them to reduce me to ash. I fought back with my guided light attacks, but he took to the skies to avoid the constant barrage on him. His aerial mobility made him difficult to hit. I need to repair the relic. It's the only way to win this battle. I went for the broken relic and began to use my scientific mind to fix it. I needed something that could stick the pieces together. Looks like I'll just have to use the Human Torch's heat against him. Just then, the Human Torch landed behind me. He unleashed a beam of flames at me, but I dodged and the beam struck the broken relic instead, wielding its pieces back together. I grabbed the fixed relic and upgraded, gaining 5 hearts and a new Mystic Bomb power. With my new strength, I landed a crushing blow on the Human Torch, knocking the corruption out of him and reverting him to his original state.
Ugh, my head. What happened to me?
I approached him, but suddenly Mr. Fantastic arrived, getting between the Human Torch and I and striking me with his stretchy punches.
Victor, the power of the relic is too unstable. Nobody can control it, not even you.
That doesn't matter. I'll use any means necessary to save my mother's soul. Just then, flaming debris from my fight with the Human Torch fell down between us, cutting Mr. Fantastic off from me. This gave me the chance I needed to flee the area. On days 36 through 39, I was running through the Fantastic Four hideout as Mr. Fantastic pursued me. He tried stretching his arms towards me for a strike, but I managed to avoid his attacks and slip away into another room for cover. As I made my way through the room, I found a pit of lava with some platforms floating in it. I tried to fly over it, but collided with something I couldn't see and was sent back down. What the? There's some kind of invisible barrier pushing me back down when I try to fly. That's when a speaker came on overhead.
You fell right into my trap, Dr. Doom. Reed will be there soon to make sure you don't escape.
I don't need to fly to get over some platforms.
Are you sure about that?
Suddenly, the debris platforms vanished. She had used her powers to turn them invisible. I realized that I would need to risk jumping across the invisible platforms if I was to escape before Mr. Fantastic arrived. One misstep would mean my death. On days 40 through 43, I was platforming over the invisible platforms to the best of my ability. I had to study the lava carefully and look for any signs that there was a platform there before I made my jumps. I was able to make carefully calculated moves, but at my current pace, I wouldn't get across the pit before Mr. Fantastic arrived. There has to be a better way around this. Suddenly, I noticed a water tank nearby and got an idea. I hit it with a ranged attack and caused water to spill out from it into the pit, causing the lava to become obsidian and giving me a path out. Looks like they weren't prepared for everything. Time to move. I was able to make my way across to the end of the pit. Just then, Mr. Fantastic entered the room and stretched his arms towards me. But before he could grab me, I managed to make it through the exit doors.
He's getting away! Hurry!
I ran down a hallway and through a door where I found myself in a control room. There, I found the Invisible Woman.
You're gonna wish you'd fallen into that lava, Victor.
She went invisible and attacked me. On days 44 through 46, I was fighting the Invisible Woman. With her ability to turn invisible, she was able to hit me from all angles and leave me staggered. I retaliated with Mystic Bomb, but she kept turning invisible and evading me. It was hard to hit, but I couldn't see.
Too slow.
So you think. I flew through the air, allowing me to dodge her attacks with ease. From above, I could keep up with her and began raining magical attacks down on her as she attempted to evade them. I managed to land a direct hit on her with a guiding bolt, revealing her position. This caused her to drop the next relic. Just as the fight was beginning to shift in my favor, a ritual circle opened up on the floor beneath the relic and the lighting around us changed to red. That's when Mephisto's voice began to boom around us.
Susan Storm, let's make a deal. Dr. Doom is a problem for both of us. I can make you strong enough to defeat him.
Are you out of your mind? Why would I ever make a deal with a literal demon?
Because if you don't, I'll take the souls of your entire team. Your husband, your brother, all of them.
What? Don't listen to him! He's a monster! I watched as Sue cried out in agony as Mephisto flooded her mind with horrible visions of her loved ones dying.
Ah, no! I don't have a choice!
Don't! Sue grabbed the dark relic and transformed into a demonic state. With her new form putting her under Mephisto's control, she lunged at me. On days 47 through 50, I was locked in combat with a demonic invisible woman. They struck me with crushing power that was unlike anything I had faced thus far.
All hail Mephisto!
She used an eldritch tendril attack to try and finish me off quickly, but I was able to avoid being killed. I have to find a way to drain her of the corruption. I looked around the control room and spotted 3 different components. If I was able to put these 3 parts together, I could create something that would help me. I dodged an attack from Invisible Woman and ran to grab the first part. She tried to slash me with her demonic blade, but I avoided that too and grabbed the second. I then grabbed the final component quickly, avoiding her once more as I did. With my scientific mind and master of sorcery combined, I was able to create an enchanted device. Take this, Susan! I activated the device and it began draining her of the corrupted energy. She separated from the relic and returned to normal.
Victor, don't touch that thing. It's too dangerous.
Sorry, but I need its power. I grabbed the next relic and transformed, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Mr. Fantastic probably has the last one. Once I get it, I'll be able to rescue my mother. Out of nowhere, a portal appeared before me. I had no chance to escape it before it sucked me in. On days 51 to 54, the portal spat me out into a mirror dimension. I looked around and found myself disoriented. Everything was topsy-turvy here. I was on top of a floating subway train in the middle of a canyon full of lava, and there were upside-down buildings in the sky. What's going on? Why am I here? I suddenly heard a voice speaking to me from above.
There's someone in there. I'm running out of time. He's coming for me.
He? Who are you talking about?
Hurry. There isn't much time.
Forget this. I'm getting out of here. I ran across the floating subway train. As I did, I felt it shake beneath my feet as it began to crumble behind me as I went. I tried running faster, but it was crumbling quickly, and soon the part of the train beneath my feet gave out. However, thanks to my flight abilities, I was able to take to the air and keep going. At this rate, I'll be out of here in no time. Suddenly, another portal opened in front of me. I had no time to course correct and ended up flying straight into it. On days 55 to 57, I appeared at an area within the Dark Realm. When I landed, I saw that Doctor Strange was waiting for me. Strange? Why did you bring me here? We're in the Dark Realm.
Well, if you'd listened to me back there, I wouldn't have had to do this. Look, I need your help. This wasn't how I was planning to spend my evening, but I've kind of entered a bet with Mephisto.
A bet? What did you bet?
My soul.
You what? Strange! You reckless—
I didn't have a choice. He's in possession of a weapon of mass destruction, the ultimate nullifier. He said that the only way he would part with it would be if I completed a high-stakes challenge.
I don't have time for games, Strange. Send me back. I have relics to collect.
No. I can't do this without your help. The ultimate nullifier can't stay in Mephisto's possession. It's far too powerful.
Too powerful for Mephisto? Are you saying it could destroy him?
Potentially.
If I help you obtain it, you give the ultimate nullifier to me. Those are my terms.
Well, I trust it in your hands more than his. Fine, it's a deal. But if you use it to kill the Fantastic Four, I will never hear the end of it.
With our agreement formed, we left the area and made our way to a massive stadium.
This is where the challenge takes place. I hope you're ready.
We stepped inside and saw that the stadium was some kind of huge, demonic-looking arena. Mephisto's minions were all cheering and laughing, ready for a show. What exactly is this challenge? Suddenly, Kindred was summoned before the two of us.
We have to defeat that guy. Let's go.
We charged into battle, ready to take on Mephisto's challenge. On days 58 through 61, Doctor Strange and I were fighting side by side against Kindred. I used my new electrical attacks on my opponent, while Strange backed me up with his own magical attacks. As the Sorcerer Supreme, he had a mastery over the mystic arts that complemented my own skills. We were a deadly duo. Kindred used their demonic shockwave attacks to try and fight back against us, but our combined powers were hard to match. Just then, a voice boomed above us.
You brought in backup, Strange? That hardly seems fair. Why don't we raise the stakes?
Suddenly, Kindred was struck with energy, causing him to become even stronger. The demon then came after us. He was now twice as strong and able to tank what we threw at it. Things were getting dicey.
This wasn't a part of the bet, Mephisto.
Neither was bringing in backup.
We're just gonna have to play smart. I looked and saw that the ceiling was cracked and weak. Doctor Strange and I used our sorcery to make a part of it collapse. The rubble that fell, trapping Kindred in place. Now! Doctor Strange then used a spell barrage attack on Kindred to finish him off for good. Suddenly, the ultimate nullifier that was promised appeared before us both, and Strange picked it up. That's when Mephisto manifests before us.
Now, Strange, you got help. That wasn't part of the bet.
Oh yeah? Well, it's not like you played fair either.
I'm taking back what's rightfully mine.
Mephisto began to run after us as we fled for our lives. On days 62 through 64, we escaped the arena into the rest of the Dark Realm as Mephisto pursued us. I saw something cool as I ran, but I couldn't slow down long enough to look at it. Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you can spot that. Mephisto threw deadly fire attacks at us, causing one of them to hit a nearby cliff, which collapsed towards us. I was gonna be crushed.
Look out!
Strange activated a portal and we went through it before we could be crushed. We came out of the other side of the portal unscathed. Do you think you can make one of those to get us home?
I can try. Just give me some time.
Strange worked on his spell as I turned, and Mephisto struck me with a ranged attack through the portal. He was getting closer. A little faster, Strange!
Working on it!
Just as Mephisto passed through the portal and began to close in, Strange firmly opened his portal, and we rushed to escape through it. It closed in the nick of time before Mephisto could follow. We arrived back into the real world in one piece. Well, at least we got something out of this. With the power of the ultimate nullifier on my side, I should stand more of a chance against Mephisto.
Here you go, as promised. You'd better use it responsibly.
He handed me the ultimate nullifier, but when I picked it up, its power reacted with my dark relics. Energy surged within me and I lost control. Just then, I was sent into a vision. On days 65 through 67, I appeared inside of a nightmare where I was forced to watch as my country of Latveria was destroyed by a giant version of Mephisto.
All of your souls will be mine.
No! I have to find my mom and get out of here! I took to the skies as Mephisto struck down many innocents. I began making my way through the burning Latverian city. Soon, I found my mother laying on the ground. Mother, I'm here! She hurried towards me, revealing that she was half zombie.
Find our people in Latveria. It's the only way to save me, Victor.
Suddenly, I woke up from the nightmare. I looked around to find that time had passed and that I was now alone. I guess Strange left, but that doesn't matter. That vision, it must be a clue. I have to go back to Latveria now. I took to the skies immediately, knowing that there was no time to waste. On days 68 through 72, I flew down to return to Latveria. To my horror, I found that it was a shell of its former self. The whole place had been set alight by Mephisto's flames and was overrun with his forces. My visions told me to find my people. I better hurry. I stealthed through the dangerous streets of Latveria's capital city, moving between alleyways and cover to avoid being spotted by Mephisto's men. I came upon a duo of guards that were keeping me from proceeding. While staying hidden, I launched a projectile at a nearby building and caused debris to fall. They went towards the distraction, allowing me to sneak ahead. Finally, I made it to my old home, where I found many Latverian citizens locked in a cage.
Victor? Is that you?
It's Dr. Doom now. Do you have any clues related to my mother?
Your mother was always a strange one. She spent an awful lot of time by the waterfall just north of here.
Suddenly, I heard shouting nearby.
Hey, who goes there?
No more time to chat. Thank you. I flew off quickly, hoping to evade the approaching guards. Soon, I arrived at the waterfall, but nothing seemed out of the ordinary even as I examined it closely. That's when I heard Mephisto's men nearby again.
We know you're around here somewhere, intruder.
As I moved to evade the approaching minions, I accidentally stepped onto a hidden button. A mystical force suddenly began to pull me through the waterfall and into a secret area. On days 73 through 75, I arrived on the other side of the waterfall and found myself in a room of my mother's dark magic belongings. I had found her secret lodging. This must be where my mom did her research. I'll definitely find what I need for the ritual here. Just then, I turned around to see the invisible woman, the thing, and the human torch entering the secret room.
Not while we're around to stop you.
What are all of you doing here?
Johnny's gonna burn this little hidey hole to the ground. Nobody's gonna perform that ritual while we have anything to say about it.
Without warning, the Human Torch set the room around us on fire, burning my mother's research. I became completely enraged. No! This is all I have left of my mother! You will all pay! The Dark Relic consumed me once more, and I gained crushing strength. I charged up and launched a powerful Mystic Bomb, launching the thing back the way he came and knocking Johnny and Susan out. But before I could finish them off, Mr. Fantastic hit me from afar with his stretchy abilities.
You're not getting that final relic, Victor. Power like that doesn't belong in your hands.
Better mine than yours, Reed. Try and stop me. I ran at Mr. Fantastic, ready to fight him. On days 76 through 79, I was locked in a showdown with my ultimate rival, Mr. Fantastic. With my relics powering me, I was able to put up a good fight with my mystic attacks. But Mr. Fantastic was able to evade much of what I threw at him. He landed a direct attack on me, stunning me momentarily.
It didn't have to be this way, Victor. With your genius, we could have built the future together.
You'll never understand, Richards. I'm taking back what Mephisto stole from me. I floated up and used a foot dive attack on him and ran in to continue the fight. We traded blows back and forth, my sorcery matching his stretching abilities in battle. But he was quick and able to land a strong elastic punch attack that left me weakened.
Just surrender. I know it hurts, but your mother is gone. That's a loss you need to accept if you're ever to move on, Victor.
I am Dr. Doom! I used the ultimate nullifier that Strange had given me to blast Reed with a surprise attack, disabling his powers for the moment and reducing his size. He dropped the relic and was unable to keep fighting. I grabbed it, gaining 5 hearts and new powers.
It's not too late. You can stop this.
It is too late, Reed. Too late for us to ever see eye to eye. I fired an attack at Mr. Fantastic, but he used what strength he had left to dodge it. He then retreated with the rest of the Fantastic Four as the flames continued to consume everything around me. Time to perform the ritual before everything here is lost forever. On days 80 through 83, the room continued to burn around me as I was laying the 5 dark relics I needed for the ritual. As the ritual circle appeared, I knew I was running out of time and had to complete the ritual before my mother's soul was lost forever. I'd normally double check my calculations, but there's no time. I'll be with you again soon, Mother. I began the ritual, dark energy swirling around me as the Dark Lord Mephisto emerged from the ground to appear before me.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Victor Von Doom... Oh, apologies. It's just Dr. Doom now, isn't it?
Enough of the chit-chat. Give me back my mother's soul. I tried to strike Mephisto, but he conjured a shield that blocked my attack.
Please, I've been aware of your little plan for some time now. You think yourself some genius sorcerer? You're nothing more than another nuisance to me.
Mephisto unleashed his power, causing a trap to form around me. The tables had turned in his favor.
Since you made it this far, I'm willing to make you an offer. I can give you your mother's soul back, if you trade it for your own.
I will never bargain with the likes of you.
Then I'll just take your soul by force.
Suddenly, I was dragged through the ground as Mephisto began transporting me to the Dark Realm. On days 84 through 86, I arrived in the Dark Realm. The area I had been brought to was surrounded by burning hot lava. The Dark Realm again? You must be getting desperate, Mephisto. You should face me directly. Show me what you're really made of.
So brave. But I prefer not to get my hands dirty when I don't have to.
Just then, rubble began to fall from above towards me. It surrounded me as Mephisto tried to use it to box me in, but I used my powers to blast through it and free myself. When I did, I saw that I was now on a walkway in a lava pit. There were pillars of lava blocking my path that would make it hard to navigate through. I ran forward, weaving around the lava as I did. I need to get out of here. I can't defeat him with my current strength. At the end of the narrow obstacle course, I saw a portal back to the real world. But as I neared it, more debris crumbled down onto the portal and destroyed it.
Try all you want, Doom. I control everything here.
What do you want?
I want your soul, of course. Now that it's been powered up by those relics, claiming it will make me unstoppable. Now get me my prize.
Just then, a massive demon began to come after me, and I braced myself. On days 87 through 89, I used my powers to defend myself against my attacker. I had become strong over the course of my journey. but the Dark Realm was their domain, and being here powered them up. Each attack they landed on me hit with immense force. This thing is too strong! I tried to find a way out of this, but they were overwhelming me with their strength. I'm sorry, Mom. Just then, a portal appeared out of nowhere, and I heard Doctor Strange call out to me from the other side.
Come on, hurry!
I ran through the portal and I appeared at another part of the Dark Realm where Strange was waiting for me. Strange? What are you doing here?
We need to talk.
About what?
You said you were going to use the ultimate nullifier on Mephisto. So why did you waste it on Reed Richards?
Oh, you know about that?
Of course I know about that! I'm the Sorcerer Supreme! It's my job to know these things! Thanks to you, we've lost our best chance against Mephisto!
I wouldn't be so sure, Strange. I have all 5 Dark Relics now, and I'm still not strong enough to defeat him. I doubt the Ultimate Nullifier would have done any better.
And let's hope this will give us some kind of leg up.
That's when Strange handed me a map.
I sealed the Power Stone in this dimension to keep anyone from getting their hands on it. If anything can match Mephisto's power, it's one of the Infinity Stones.
Sounds promising.
Don't get too cocky. It's incredibly dangerous to get to, and with Mephisto's power growing, you'd better reach it before he does.
It doesn't matter how dangerous it is. If it'll help me achieve my mission, then I'll do anything.
Then good luck, you're gonna need it. And Doom? You screw this up too, I will personally lock you in the mirror dimension and throw away the key.
I'll keep that in mind. I picked up the map and flew off, following Strange's map towards the Power Stone. On days 90 to 92, I arrived at the location on Strange's map only to find a horrifying being. It looked like an angel that had been sent to the underworld and mutated. It was approaching a mysterious chamber. That must be where the Power Stone is. My words caused the creature to turn around and face me. It sped towards me at high speed. I dodged out of the way and didn't make a sound. It looked around for a moment before making its way back towards the chamber. I guess it's blind. I can't make a sound. If that thing catches me, Mephisto will surely be here in a flash and cut my journey short. I stealthed towards the creature, but did so quietly. I knew I had to reach the chamber before it did if I was to claim the Power Stone first. Getting caught was not an option, but luckily for me, I thought of an idea. I've got one go at this. Here goes nothing. I blasted my powers at the monster, hitting it directly and staggering it. This gave me the chance to go for the kill. I struck it down from above with a foot dive attack. With the creature dealt with, I quickly pushed forward. Inside the chamber, there was a laser grid leading to a wall at the end of its lengthy hallway. Lasers? How original, Strange. I perfectly aligned a lightning shot, aiming at the source of the lasers and destroying it. This caused the lasers to shut off, giving me a safe path to walk down. Eventually, I busted the wall to the other side and made it to the room that was hiding the Power Stone. This is it! I can finally save my mother and make everything alright!
Not so fast, Doom.
I turned and saw that the Fantastic Four had come to stop me from getting what I needed most.
If there's one man I don't trust with an Infinity Stone, it's you.
You may have defeated us one-on-one, but together you don't stand a chance.
How in the world did you get here?
Magic is simply science that we don't understand yet, Victor. Fortunately, I understand all science. Once I knew that the Dark Realm was where we needed to be, creating a device that would replicate the effect of one of Doctor Strange's portals was quite simple.
You egomaniac! I'm taking that stone whether you like it or not! I launched a lightning shot at the team of heroes, but Invisible Woman created an energy dome which blocked it and sent it into the ceiling. The ceiling was damaged, causing it to collapse towards me. Look at what you've done! On days 93 through 95, the debris from above had created a solid wall in the middle of the chamber. Mr. Fantastic and I were sealed off from the rest of the team, along with the Power Stone I was seeking. That stone is mine, Richards. I've beaten you before, and I'll do it again.
You've always been so reckless. Why can't you understand that we're just trying to help you?
Help me? You've always thought you were so much smarter and so much better than me.
You know that's not true.
It was your ego that kept you from seeing how superior I am to you. Well, look around. You can't deny that I'm the stronger one now, can you?
You know, I've grown tired of this rivalry. It's always us trying to one-up each other. But even when our interests align, we can't see eye to eye.
What do you mean? Spit it out already.
What I mean is that we should work together. We both want Mephisto gone, and with our strengths combined, I think we can do it.
Together? And what makes you think I can trust you? You've done nothing but try to stop me.
Because I know that nobody can stop Mephisto but you. I'm sorry for what's happened to you. You truly are gifted. I'm not afraid to admit that.
He allowed me to take the Power Stone as a peace offering, causing me to get one final upgrade. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. If that's what you think, then I'm with you. Let's take down that demon together. Suddenly, the room shook. I realized everything was about to collapse, and if I didn't get out of here soon, we'd be crushed. On days 96 to 98, the two of us tried to escape the rubble before we were killed from the collapse. Mr. Fantastic tried to break through, but it wouldn't budge. Things were looking dire. Stand aside, I've got this. I used the abilities granted to me by the Power Stone to blast through the area just in time. Together, we escaped before the remaining rubble collapsed. I reunited with the rest of the Fantastic Four, but the tensions were high.
Doom is vulnerable now. Get him!
Whoa, slow down there, Johnny. We're on the same side now.
What? After everything that's happened, you're crazy if you think he's on our side. Did you hit your head or something, genius?
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Johnny. Victor may be unstable, but he's also entirely focused on his goals. If taking down Mephisto means forming an alliance with us, he'll do it.
I began to explain to the Fantastic Four what Mr. Fantastic and I had agreed upon. Despite this, they were still hesitant.
Are you sure about this? After everything he's done, I'd gladly clobber him right now.
Do you all really think we could win against Mephisto alone?
I suppose you're right. If that's the case, I'm in. You're cool for now, Doom.
I'll go along with this, but don't you try anything, Victor.
All right, welcome aboard, I guess. I've got my eye on you.
Just then, another portal opened nearby and Doctor Strange stepped through it.
Glad to see you can all put your differences aside for a good cause, but before we go, what's he doing here?
We all turned around and saw Deadpool standing there.
I'm the last Easter egg. Be sure to rewatch the video to see if you can spot the rest of us.
Oh, I'd love to, but that'd require the use of a spell I don't have the materials for right now. Let's go.
We all stepped through Strange's portal, ready to take down Mephisto once and for all. On day 99, with my ragtag team, I arrived at Mephisto's palace where he was hiding all of his captive souls inside. The grounds around it were swarming with guards. We need to break inside of there. Are you all ready?
Let's move.
We ran in as one, ready to face Mephisto's horde. We ambushed the guards and fought them off with all that we had. Strange and I relied on our sorcery while the Fantastic Four used their various superpowers. Thanks to the might of the Fantastic Four, combined with Doctor Strange's mastery over the mystic arts, we were able to clear the way to the entrance.
Go ahead, we'll take it from here.
Thank you, everyone. I owe you guys my life.
Oh, how sweet. Now, if you wouldn't mind, hurry the heck up so you don't cost us ours.
Right. I flew through the entrance and into the room holding all of Mephisto's trapped souls. Inside, I found my mom in one of the cages.
Victor, is that you?
It is. Don't worry. I'm coming for you, Mom. I won't allow for you to be trapped like that any longer. Before I could save her, Mephisto dropped down right behind me.
There will be no resurrections tonight, but I will see to it that your soul is added to my collection.
On day 100, I was face to face with the Dark Lord, the one that started this whole journey.
Look who decided to play right into my hands. You make my job a lot easier.
Let my mother go, you monster!
I don't have to listen to you. I'm the god of darkness. Who are you to question my authority?
You're no god. I'll show you what a real god looks like. I flew in and clashed with Mephisto, knowing only one of us would make it out alive. I used my various new attacks on him while he fought back with demonic fire attacks of his own.
You've learned a few tricks, but those won't stop me.
He hit me with a heavy attack, trying to take me down, but I endured the hit, persevering despite the pain. I quickly jumped back into battle and hit him with a mystic bomb attack, and I began to get the upper hand in the battle.
How is this possible?
Because you foolishly made an enemy of Dr. Doom! I blasted Mephisto with one final blow, finishing him off for good. All of the souls were freed, and I was reunited with my mother. My mission was complete.